Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, fellow firefighters, friends, family, distinguished guests. I see we have our Mayor Kevin Coleman here, Deputy Mayor Jim Godbout, our Council President Mike McDermott, Council President Pro Tem Melissa Sampe, State Representative Peter Herzberg, Commissioner Glenn Anderson. If I missed anybody, I apologize, but before we get started, Mayor, you want to talk for a second?
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon, everybody. What an honor it is to be here, and I just want to express how proud we are of our fire department here in the city of Westland. We have a long tradition of a strong fire department in our city. Coming in as mayor for a little over a year, it's been really important to me to make investments in the future of our fire department. The first thing we did, collaborating with Chief Stamper, was to implement a $7 million state of Michigan grant, which is going to construct our new station number 2, which is also the hub of our fire department. It's really going to be kind of the hub of our department where the administrative offices are. We have the 2 training centers there, the training center and the training tower, which are dedicated to fallen firefighters in their honor. Brian Wolke and Todd Stanaway, and we'll never forget them. And then the second piece is this year we're going to break ground on a new fire station number 4, which is probably our most outdated station other than Station 2, which will be in the southwest area of our city, serving that part of the city. That's also on a state of Michigan grant. It's going to be a massive investment between these 2 stations, rebuilding 2 out of our 4 stations. And then, on top of that, we're going to be working together to update some of the trucks, some of the gear. But the thing that I'm most proud of is that we have the highest number of firefighters and EMS staff, paramedics in Westland history. And so when I ran for mayor, I promised that we were going to invest in public safety in Westland, and we're hitting the ground running doing that. But we can't do that without our firefighters, so today is about them. And it's just my honor to congratulate you all on a job well done. Thank you all for your service to the city. Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to our 2024. I realize it's 2025, however, the awards are for last year's accolades. So we want to recognize those who went above and beyond in 24, and just as important is to honor the collective spirit of service, sacrifice, and selflessness that defines the profession. It was important to me when I was promoted to this position to get this awards program kind of revamped. And so I want to say a special thanks to the Awards and Traditions Committee, and specifically firefighter Kevin Caldwell and firefighter Russ Crawford, who put a lot of effort into that. I think it's important to recognize our firefighters. Our union did a huge job in this just a couple months ago when they kind of revealed the retiree honor wall behind me. And this is really just kind of a continuation of that mindset. So we'll start with the 3 highest awards, which are not only recognized by our department, but the state and the county as well, and have a perpetual place on a plaque within the firehouse. So the Fire Officer of the Year Award is chosen by the peers. It's awarded to a firefighter who exemplifies what it means to be an officer. I've had an opportunity to work with this individual in several different roles now, and while he knows I don't always agree with his in-station antics, when it comes to doing the work, he does lead with professionalism and competence. Our 2024 Fire Officer of the Year is Kevin Gilliam. Catch on after. The Firefighter of the Year, also chosen by peers, and is awarded to a firefighter who exemplifies what it means to be a firefighter in the Westland Fire Department. I've also had an opportunity to work with this individual in several roles and was part of my shift as a battalion chief, and he too recognizes that I don't necessarily agree with his in-station antics, but I'll use something that was a term used to really describe another firefighter I know, trying to see if he's in here maybe, 25 plus years ago when he received the same award. And that was, the comment was that he had infectious zeal. So I will share the same accolade to our 2024 Firefighter of the Year, Richard Deege. You guys want to come up? Oh, yeah. Keep going, keep going. Finally, in this section, our paramedic of the year, like the other two, chosen by peers and exemplifies what it means to be a paramedic. This individual documents well, provides outstanding and compassionate patient care, and in addition was instrumental in receiving our current SAFER grant. Our 2024 paramedic of the year, Scott Petrusevich. It's hard to say his name correctly because I call him a slightly different name. The Distinguished Service Awards given out by the Chief of the Department for service above and beyond the requirements of their rank or position. This year I've selected two candidates to receive this award. The first candidate, who also received this award last year, which I think is a testament to the type of behavior that you get with Battalion Chief Jeff Cochran, year in and year out for the 150 years he's worked for the department. For really single-handedly putting our spare apparatus in a ready state, I'd like to recognize Jeff Cochran for one of 2024's Distinguished Service Awards. The next candidate is the only one that has taken more hits than me when it comes to records management and station alerting, and I thought he deserved something for that. For spending countless hours trying to make our operations more efficient, I'd like to honor Sergeant Driver Andrew McNeil with a Distinguished Service Award as well. The next awards are commendations for going above and beyond and have distinguished themselves through exceptional acts of skill or teamwork and commitment to community. The great thing about these awards are they are mostly driven by community, whether that's through phone calls, emails, or personal contact. The majority of these firefighters were recognized by community members for exemplifying what it means to have a career in the fire service. Individual combinations are going to 3 firefighters for exceptional service. Captain Jeff Stobie from our Fire Prevention Division was instrumental in reestablishing our juvenile fire setter program, where 40% of fires that kill children under age 5 are started by children, and over half the arrests for arson are juveniles under the age of 18. The Juvenile Fire Setter program helps in identifying youth using fire inappropriately. In addition, Stobie provides fire and life-saving education to all the first graders within the community. While we would like to expand this to cover more grades in the future, for all the efforts in the community, I would like to present Captain Jeff Stobie with certificate of commendation. Sergeant Kevin Brookshire, Jr. is instrumental in our ability to provide continuing education for emergency medical services for all of our personnel. In addition, he was a key player in our ability to obtain safer funding for a fourth time. Beyond this, Sergeant Brookshire sets an example of the role of Sergeant Driver Engineer, and for all this and more, I would like to present Kevin Brookshire with the certificate of commendation. On October 21st, units were dispatched to a multifamily residential structure fire, and while performing firefighting operations, specifically search, crews came across an unresponsive dog who was also not breathing. After bringing the dog out of the fire, the crew worked tirelessly trying to revive the occupant's pet. While unsuccessful, the firefighters displayed the level of service to the community, pets included, that put firefighters where they are in the eyes of the public. For providing an exceptional level of service to our community, including the pets in our community, I'd like to present firefighters Dylan Harrell and Spencer Oliver with commendation. On October 5th, Rescue 4 was dispatched to a residence for a person with shortness of breath. The care provided to the individual was described by his son as professional, kind, compassionate, and the type of care I envision as the chief. And the type of care I envision as the chief of the department. I would like to honor firefighters Sean Robinson, Hunter Bover, and Jack Cervantes with commendation for providing outstanding EMS service and compassion. On October 11th, Engine 4 was dispatched several times for a report of a CO alarm going off, carbon monoxide, that is. When the crew, led by Captain Kevin Gilliam, arrived for the second time, they dug deeper into the issue and found high levels of hydrogen cyanide, a toxic gas other than CO. The resident described the incident using terms like amazing communication, explaining every action they were taking, respectful, courteous, and competent. For exceptional service, I would like to give this unit commendation to Captain Kevin Gilliam, Sergeant Brian Swayzing, along with firefighters Milan Monk and Scott Petrusevich. I'm glad Brian dressed for the occasion.
Thanks, Chief.
Oh, there he is. There he is. On March 2nd, units were dispatched to a patient who fell through his patio. On arrival, units found that the patient had fallen through his front porch into a 6-foot deep hole and had broken his ankle. Since the area was unstable around the patient, the crews worked as a team, constructing an anchor point above the patient, creating a mechanical advantage, and removing the patient while stabilizing the broken leg and preventing further harm. For their efforts in providing this technical rescue, I'd like to present Captain Andrew Proctor, Sergeant Kevin Brookshire Jr., then Captain Joseph Gruber, firefighters William Wright Jr., Sean Robinson, Joseph Brookshire, and Battalion Chief Jeff Cochran with the unit commendation. Keep it that fish. I had these on order. Guys checked that out. Sometime today we'll get this done. Thank you. Finally, and definitely not least, on November 24th, crews were dispatched as part of a mutual aid assignment to the city of Canton, where they had a residential fire that ended up claiming the lives of 2 children, and the third was transported by our crew to the University of Michigan Mott Hospital, where I'm happy to say that the child was recently discharged to a rehab center to further his treatment. For their exceptional efforts in EMS care, I'd like to present firefighters Matthew Byer, Joseph Brookshire, and Cameron Richardson with a life-saving award.
Brookshire was here. I don't know where he went.
I don't know where he hid. That does wrap up the awards for this year. However, we have had 3 recent firefighters finish their probation, become paramedics, and I'd like to give them, before you guys leave, their badge and shield today. So first off, firefighter Hunter Bover. Is there a badge? That's it. Somehow he snagged his shield before everybody else did. Second, firefighter Cam Ramirez. And finally, he was missing for the last award, so he's probably missing now. Firefighter Joseph Brookshire. I don't know where he went, but oh, he went on a run. There you go. Duty calls. So that wraps up the award ceremony for this year. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. Hopefully next year it continues to grow and becomes even a bigger event. Thanks again.